This is not another pep talk. Willpower is a skill you can train fast without burning out. 7 simple surgical rules will shrink temptation, automate decisions, and turn tiny wins into unstoppable habits. Do 1 rule a week. Do it daily. Do it again. No excuses. Treat discipline like micro-workouts, short, brutal, repeatable. Ready to stop hoping and start doing? Commit now and watch results daily. Chapter 1. Stop wasting willpower. This chapter is short and brutal. Read it once. Do it every day. Willpower is a resource. It is limited. It is not a virtue you can borrow. It is chemistry and habit. Most people pour it into nonsense. Small choices, tiny arguments with themselves, clothes, snacks, apps, notifications. Willpower drains on trivia. You have a choice. You can waste it or you can defend it. That's the key. Defend it. Real discipline does not ask you to be stronger. Real discipline asks you to be smarter. Remove the fight. Reduce the decisions. Reserve the energy for what matters. Remove, reduce, reserve. Say it out loud. Remove, reduce, reserve. Start with a map. For one day, write down every decision you make before lunch. Not big ones, tiny ones. What to wear, what to eat, which message to reply to, which tab to open. Count them. Most people make 20 small decisions by breakfast. That is normal. That is fixable. You have a choice. Keep making them or stop. Example: a CEO dresses the same every day. People call it boring. People call it militant. It is none of those things. It is a strategy. Structure wins. Motivation disappears. The CEO is not heroic. The CEO is strategic. You don't need their permission to copy the strategy. You don't need their permission. This is where most people get the story wrong. They think discipline equals willpower. They think discipline equals suffering. It's not about willpower. It's not about heroism. It's not about motivation. It's about structure. It's not about emotion. It's about design. That's the key. Design your friction. Move temptation away. Make choices default. Automate what can be automated. Put your phone in a drawer during work. Pick your outfit for every workday. Pre-plan 5 breakfasts. Schedule your top task into your calendar as a non-negotiable. Every removed decision is stored energy for the fight that matters. Here is a simple offensive plan. It will take less than 30 minutes to set up. It will save you hours of decision fatigue each week. List 5 micro decisions you make daily. Be specific. What shirt do I wear? Counts. When do I check email? Counts. What do I snack on? Counts. For each one, write the simplest removal. For clothes, pick 3 outfits and rotate. For food, buy 1 type of breakfast and pre-portion it. For email, close the app and set 2 check-ins at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. Remove, reduce, reserve. Implement 1 change immediately. Do it now. Don't plan. Act. You have a choice. Act. Track it for 7 days. Write a 1-line log each evening. Did you follow the rule? Yes or no? No explanations, no pity, just yes or no. That builds accountability. Small wins stack. That is how habits become identity. 10 fewer tiny fights each morning equals a calmer, more present you. 10 fewer tiny fights each week equals a month of momentum. That's the key. Repeat it until it lands. Let's make this concrete with 3 real examples you can steal. Example A, the wardrobe lockdown. Pick 3 outfits that fit the work you do. 1 for meetings, 1 for deep work, 1 for the weekend. Wash as needed. Rotate. No debate, no Instagram envy. Structure wins, motivation disappears. Example B, the breakfast stack. Buy 1 type of breakfast that is fast and nutritious. Portion it into 7 containers on Sunday. Put them in the front of the fridge. No thinking, no willpower at 7:15 a.m. Remove the morning argument. Example C, the inbox fort.
Turn off push email, block 2 45-minute email sessions on the calendar. Inform clients of response windows. The world survives, you survive better. Reserve your focus for the task that moves the needle. You have a choice. Every structural change is a speed limit on chaos. Speed limits do not care if you feel motivated. They simply keep you moving forward. You don't need their permission to set a speed limit for your life. Now, the mental work. You will have resistance. You will hear excuses in your head. That is normal. Your brain prefers low-effort patterns. Your brain will try to negotiate. Say this to it: you have a choice. Say it again: you have a choice. When you hear the brain whisper, answer with action. That's the key. Use simple language with yourself. Keep commands short. Shirt, navy. Email, 11 o'clock. Breakfast, oats. Short sentences, short commands. Less debate, more follow-through. Measure 2 things this week: compliance and friction. Compliance equals, did you follow the rule? Friction equals, how much mental energy did the decision cost? Rate both on a scale of 1 to 5. If a rule costs too much friction, simplify it. Remove more, reduce more, reserve more. Do not confuse sacrifice with discipline. Sacrifice is drama. Discipline is quiet engineering. Discipline is designing a life where the right choice is the easiest choice. It's not about proving anything to others. It's not about performance theater. You don't need their permission. Repeat the line: remove, reduce, reserve. Repeat it until it becomes a reflex. Remove small fights. Reduce choices. Reserve your willpower for the real arena. Conclude with this exercise. Tonight, list 5 micro-decisions you will remove tomorrow. Make the list public. Tell one person. Put the rule on a sticky note where you will see it in the morning. Do it daily. Do it again. You stopped wasting willpower today. You defended your energy. You took the first structural step. That matters. You mastered the reduction of friction. Now, let's tighten the system. Now, let's shrink the day and make the remaining decisions sacred. Chapter 2. Shrink your day to 3 decisions.
Chapter 2. Shrink your day to 3 decisions. You are deciding too much. That is the problem. Not laziness, not lack of ambition, not lack of talent. Too many decisions. Thousands of tiny negotiations draining you before the real work begins. You have a choice. Keep drowning in decisions or shrink the day. 3 is plenty. The human brain was not built to negotiate all day. Every choice taxes attention. Every option creates friction. By noon, most people are exhausted, not from work, but from choosing. Choosing clothes, choosing replies, choosing what to start, choosing what to avoid. Decision fatigue is silent, but it is deadly. That's the key. Discipline is not about doing more. It is about deciding less. Here is the rule. Burn it into your mind. Your entire day comes down to 3 non-negotiable decisions. No more, no less. 3 anchors, 0 argument. Say it. 3 anchors, 0 argument. When the brain knows the rule, it stops arguing. When the rule is clear, negotiation ends. You don't need their permission to run your day this way. You have a choice. Look at elite performers. Athletes do not wake up asking how they feel about training. They ritualize. Warm up, drill, compete, recover. Same sequence, same anchors, different days. There is no emotional debate. There is no scrolling for motivation. Structure wins. Motivation disappears. That is not personality. That is design. You are going to steal this system. Not admire it, not bookmark it. Use it. The 3 decisions are anchors. Anchors hold the day in place when chaos hits. Without anchors, the day drifts. With anchors, the day snaps back into alignment. Your 3 anchors are simple. Anchor 1, wake. Anchor 2, work. Anchor 3, wind bound. That's it. 3 anchors, 0 argument. Anchor 1, wake.
The first decision of the day sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people start their day by reacting. Phone, messages, news, noise. They surrender control before they even stand up. You have a choice. Claim the morning or give it away. Your wake anchor must be boring, predictable, repeatable. Same time, same first action. No thinking. Examples. Wake at 6:30. Drink water. Make bed. Wake at 5:45. Stretch for 5 minutes. Shower. Wake at 7. Journal 1 page. No phone. Pick one. Schedule it. Defend it. No excuses. The brain learns quickly when rules are enforced. When the wake anchor is stable, energy stabilizes. Focus stabilizes. That's the key. Anchor 2. Work. This is where most people fail. They confuse busyness with progress. They let the inbox decide the agenda. They let notifications set priorities. That is weakness disguised as responsibility. Your work anchor.
Chapter 3. Automate or die. Read this slowly, then act fast. If a process can be automated, automate it. If it can't be automated, simplify it until it can. Anything else is self-sabotage. You have a choice. Manage everything manually and burn out, or build systems that work while you rest. Automate, then forget. Say it again. Automate, then forget. This chapter is about survival, not motivation, not discipline theater. Survival, because the modern world is designed to drain you. Notifications, subscriptions, bills, decisions. The human brain cannot manually manage all of it forever. Something will break, usually you. That's the key. Willpower is not meant to be used daily on recurring tasks. Willpower is for emergencies and growth. Systems are for maintenance. If you are using willpower to pay bills, eat well, or remember basic routines, you are wasting your strongest weapon on housekeeping. It's not about effort. It's not about trying harder. It's about leverage. Automation converts willpower into passive momentum. Once something is automated, it stops asking for your attention. It stops negotiating. It stops draining you. The system becomes the supervisor. You don't need their permission to build systems for your own life. Look at money first. Money exposes discipline fast. Most people say they want to save. Most people don't. Not because they're lying, but because they rely on memory and emotion. I'll save if there's extra. There is never extra. Emotion always spends it. Smart people remove the emotion. Automatic savings, automatic investments, automatic bill pay. The money moves before temptation arrives. The future is forced to be different. Set it once, let it run. That phrase matters. Set it once, let it run. The system does not care how you feel on a bad Tuesday. The system does not get tired. The system does not scroll. The system executes. Now, food. People waste enormous willpower deciding what to eat 3 times a day, every day. That is insane. You have a choice. Keep debating food like it's a lifestyle magazine, or automate nutrition and free your brain. Meal prep is not about fitness culture. It is about decision removal. Pick 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, 2 dinners. Rotate them. Shop once, prep once. Eat without thinking. Automate, then forget. The goal is not perfection. The goal is consistency without friction. That's the key. Now, environment. Your environment is either automated discipline or automated sabotage. There is no neutral. If junk food is visible, you will eat it. If your phone is on your desk, you will touch it. If your gym clothes are buried, you will skip training. These are not character flaws. These are predictable outcomes. Move the environment. Put the phone in another room. Put the book on the pillow. Put the water bottle on the desk. Preset the environment so the right action is the default action. You are not weak.
You are just surrounded by poorly designed systems. Repeat it. Automate, then forget. Here is where most people hesitate. They say, I don't want to feel controlled. That is ego talking. You are already controlled by impulses, by habits, by other people's agendas. Automation simply chooses better masters. You have a choice. Let's get practical. No theory, no inspiration, action. This week, you will automate one recurring action in one area. Only one, not everything, one. Choose the area. Money, meals, inbox, sleep, work, fitness. Pick one. Now, follow this step-by-step process. Step 1. Identify the drain. What is the recurring action that costs you mental energy every week? Paying bills late, ordering food, remembering workouts, forgetting follow-ups? Be specific. Step 2. Find the simplest automation. Direct debit, calendar reminder, subscription, batch prep, app block. Do not over-engineer. Simple beats perfect. Structure wins, motivation disappears. Step 3, set it once. Take 10 minutes, set it up fully. Test it, confirm it works. Do not half automate. Half systems still require willpower. Step 4, let it run. Do not interfere, do not check in. Let the system do its job. Observe how much mental space returns. That relief you feel, that's reclaimed energy. Step 5, log the result for 7 days. 1 line per day. System ran, yes or no. No stories, no excuses. Data only. That's it. Here's a real-world example. A freelancer struggles with inconsistent income and constant stress. Instead of trying to be more disciplined, they automate invoices, auto-transfer 20% to savings, and block Mondays for deep work only. Income stabilizes, stress drops, not because they became stronger, because they stopped relying on willpower. That's the key. Another example. A parent wants to exercise but is always tired. They lay out workout clothes the night before, schedule workouts into the calendar, and remove evening screen time with an app blocker. Workouts happen, not every day, but consistently, enough to change identity. Automate, then forget. Notice the pattern. Discipline is not loud. Discipline is quiet systems working in the background. Now, the warning. Automation only works if you protect it. If you constantly override the system, the brain learns that rules are optional. Optional rules are useless. Non-negotiables build trust with yourself. You don't need their permission to enforce your own systems. If something breaks, fix the system. Don't shame yourself. Shame wastes energy. Systems create results. Repeat this until it sticks. It's not about motivation, it's about discipline. It's not about discipline, it's about design. Design the system, then live inside it. You are not becoming rigid, you are becoming free. Free from constant decision-making, free from internal debates, free from starting over every Monday. Automation is not laziness, automation is leadership. Conclude this chapter with a commitment. Today, choose one area, one system, one automation. Set it once, let it run. Do it daily, do it again. You stopped wasting willpower. You shrank the day. Now you are building systems that carry you forward even when you are tired. You learned how to make discipline passive, but discipline is also trained actively. You don't just remove effort, you condition strength. You automated your life. Now it's time to harden yourself. Next, we train controlled resistance.
Chapter 4. Practice micro-resistance. You cannot automate everything. That is the truth. At some point, you must be able to say no. You must be able to hold the line. You must be able to endure discomfort without collapsing or compensating. That ability is called self-control. And self-control is trained, not wished for. You have a choice. Avoid discomfort and stay fragile,
or practice discomfort and become durable. That's the key. Most people misunderstand discipline. They think it means pushing hard all the time, grinding, forcing, burning out. That is not discipline. That is recklessness. Discipline is controlled stress applied consistently. Small fights build muscle. Say it again. Small fights build muscle. Micro-resistances are tiny, repeatable moments where you deliberately do the slightly harder thing. Not heroic, not dramatic, controlled, brief, clean, done daily. Micro-resistances equal macro strength. Repeat it. Micro-resistances equal macro strength. Here is the mistake most people make. They wait for a big test to prove discipline, a crisis, a deadline, a public challenge. When the test arrives, they fail, not because they are weak, but because they are untrained. You do not train for a marathon by running one marathon. You train by running small distances daily. Same principle. Discipline is endurance under pressure. You build it in inches. Look at military conditioning, cold exposure, timed drills, short, controlled stressors. The goal is not suffering. The goal is tolerance. Stress becomes familiar. Panic disappears. The body adapts. The mind steadies. Small fight, big result. Cold exposure is not magic. It is practice. The body screams. The mind wants escape. You stay. Not forever. 30 seconds, 1 minute, then you're done. The brain learns something critical. Discomfort is survivable. That lesson changes everything. This applies far beyond cold showers, leaving one email unopened, not checking the phone for 10 minutes, holding a plank for 30 seconds longer, finishing the page when the urge to quit hits, waiting before responding emotionally. These are micro-resistances. Each one sends a signal to the brain, I am in control. That signal compounds. That's the key. Let's break the illusion right now. You do not need to become extreme. Extreme collapses. Consistent wins. You don't need to suffer. You need to practice restraint. Say it plainly. It's not about pain. It's about control. Here is why micro-resistance works. Every time you resist a small impulse, the brain's alarm system quiets. The urge spikes, then fades. You experience the rise and fall. The brain learns that urges are temporary. That learning is priceless. Most people obey the first urge, check the phone, eat the snack, quit the task, react emotionally. They never experience the urge passing, so the brain assumes obedience is required. You are going to teach it otherwise. You have a choice. Start with one micro-resistance, only one. Do not stack yet. Stacking comes later. Right now, we train the muscle cleanly. Choose from this list or create your own. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold. Leave one notification unchecked until a scheduled time. Sit still for 1 minute without stimulation. Finish one small task even when bored. Delay gratification for 5 minutes. Pick one. Now, set the rule. Same resistance, same trigger. Every day. No debate. Example. Every morning, last 30 seconds are cold. Example. Every work session, first 10 minutes with phone out of reach. Example. Every urge to quit early, add 1 minute. 3 anchors, 0 argument. The rule is the rule. When the moment arrives, your mind will protest. It will negotiate. It will say, not today. That voice is the training partner. That voice is why this works. Respond with action, not dialogue. Say nothing, do it. Small fight, big result. Log it, 1 line. Resistance done, yes or no. No stories, no drama. Data builds trust. After 7 days, something shifts. The resistance feels lighter, not easy, lighter. That is adaptation. That is strength forming. Now, listen carefully. The point is not the resistance itself. The point is identity. Each completed micro-resistance reinforces the identity, I do what I decide. That identity bleeds into everything: work, health, relationships, focus. You stop needing motivation. Structure wins. Motivation disappears. This is why people who train cold exposure often report better emotional control, not because cold water fixes emotions, but because they practice staying calm under stress daily. The stress changes, the skill remains. Now, the warning. Do not escalate too fast. Ego wants to turn this into punishment. Punishment breaks consistency. Consistency builds power. If you dread the resistance, shrink it, shorten it, simplify it. The rule must be small enough to survive bad days. Remember, micro-resistances, not macro stunts. You don't need their permission to train this way. Here's a real-world example. A student struggles with procrastination. They start with one rule: study for 5 minutes when resistance hits. Just 5, no more. Most days 5 turns into 20. Some days it doesn't. It doesn't matter. The rule is honored. Momentum builds. Exams improve. Identity shifts. Another example. A professional reacts emotionally in meetings. They choose one micro-resistance. Pause for 3 seconds before speaking when triggered. 3 seconds, that's it. Over weeks, responses become measured. Conflicts drop. Reputation improves. Small fight, big result. Notice the pattern. Discipline grows in silence. Nobody applauds micro-resistance. That's why it works. You don't perform it for others. You perform it for yourself. You have a choice. Train quietly or stay reactive. Now, let's lock the routine. For the next 7 days, choose one micro-resistance. Apply it once per day. Log yes or no. Do not add another. After 7 days, review. Did it become easier? Did your tolerance increase? Did other areas improve indirectly? That is spillover. That is real growth. Repeat the same resistance for another week if needed, or swap for a new one at a time. Slow is smooth. Smooth is fast. Say it again. Micro-resistances equal macro strength. You are no longer relying only on systems. You are building internal capacity. You are training the ability to endure discomfort without collapse. You automated your life. You shrank your decisions. Now you are hardening your edge. But resistance alone is not enough. Strength must be protected. Temptation must be made costly. You learned how to say no in small moments. Next, we raise the stakes so saying yes becomes painful. You are ready.
Chapter 5. Make temptation expensive. Temptation survives for one reason. It's cheap. There is no real cost to giving in, no consequence that hurts enough, no friction strong enough to stop the impulse. So the brain chooses relief again and again. You have a choice. Keep temptation cheap or raise the price. That's the key. Most people try to resist temptation with willpower. That fails. Willpower is quiet. Temptation is loud. When the cost of giving in is low, temptation always wins. So stop fighting temptation directly. Change the math. Make giving in costly. Say it. Make giving in costly. Human behavior follows incentives, always. This is not a character issue. It is economics. If the pain of giving in outweighs the pleasure, behavior changes immediately. You don't need their permission to change the rules of your environment. Look at real life. People show up when money is on the line. People follow through when reputation is at stake. People act differently when time is locked and escape is removed. That's not morality, that's design. Repeat the phrase, if it costs you, you'll think twice. This is why deposits work. This is why accountability works. This is why deadlines work. They introduce pain into the decision, and pain clarifies priorities. Let's be precise. There are 3 cost levers you can pull: money, social exposure,
Time lock. You will use one, not all three. One is enough. Money first. Money is honest. It does not negotiate. If you lose it, it's gone. Put money on the line for the behavior you want to stop or start. Not a symbolic amount, enough to sting, enough to make your stomach tighten. Examples: miss a workout, transfer money to a cause you dislike. Break a habit, donate cash immediately. Failed to deliver, pay a penalty. Suddenly, the urge changes tone. The brain recalculates. Pleasure versus loss. Loss hurts more. That's the key. If it costs you, you'll think twice. Next lever, social exposure. Humans are wired to protect reputation. Use that wiring. Tell one person your rule. Post it publicly. Send a daily check-in. Not to impress, to enforce. Examples: share a daily done, not done message with a friend. Post a public commitment with a deadline. Join a challenge where failure is visible. Silence enables relapse. Exposure enforces discipline. You don't need applause, you need accountability. Third lever, time locks. Time locks remove choice. They don't ask how you feel. Examples: put your phone in another room with a timer. Use app blockers that physically prevent access. Schedule meetings that force preparation. When escape is removed, action happens. This is why libraries work. This is why exam halls work. This is why deadlines work. They remove options. Now, notice something important. None of these require motivation. They require setup. Set it once, let it run. The system becomes the enforcer. You stop relying on mood. Structure wins. Motivation disappears. Here is the critical mindset shift. Stop asking, "Can I resist this?" Start asking, "How do I make this too expensive to repeat?" That question changes everything. You are not weak, you are under-leveraged. Repeat it. Make giving in costly. Let's run a real example. Someone wants to stop scrolling at night. They've tried willpower. It failed. New rule. Phone goes in the kitchen at 9:30. If phone is found in the bedroom, $20 is transferred immediately. A daily check-in is sent to a friend. Scrolling drops within days, not because desire vanished, because the price increased. If it costs you, you'll think twice. Another example. A creator struggles to publish consistently. New rule. Miss a deadline? Publicly explain why. Miss twice? Donate money. Work sessions are scheduled in a public calendar. Output stabilizes. Confidence grows. Identity shifts. Again, not willpower, math. Now, your exercise. You will do this for 7 days. Step 1. Identify one temptation. Be specific. Late night scrolling, skipping workouts, emotional eating, procrastination. Step 2. Choose one cost lever. Money, social exposure, or time lock. Only one. Step 3. Define the penalty clearly. No ambiguity. If X happens, Y happens immediately. Step 4. Set it up today. Transfer funds. Tell the person. Install the blocker. Do not delay. Step 5. Apply it daily. No exceptions. No just this once. Exceptions train failure. Log it nightly. Yes or no. Did the system hold? Here's the truth most people avoid. If there is no cost, there is no urgency. If there is no urgency, there is no change. You have a choice. Now, the warning. Do not use shame as a cost. Shame damages identity. Use clean penalties, objective, immediate, impersonal. The goal is behavior change, not self-punishment. Remember, discipline is not cruelty. Discipline is clarity. Make giving in costly, not dramatic, effective. After 7 days, review. Did behavior change? Did urges weaken? Did respect for yourself increase? That last one matters. Self-respect grows when actions align with decisions. Costs enforce alignment. You are no longer fighting temptation with hope. You are pricing it out of your life. You automated systems. You trained resistance. You raised the cost of failure. But even with systems and costs, you will slip. Everyone does. What matters next is not perfection. It is recovery. You must learn how to restart immediately instead of spiraling. You've raised the stakes. Now you must master the reset.
Chapter 6. The 1-minute restart. You will fail. That is not a warning. That is a fact. Discipline will dip. Systems will break. Temptation will win some days. The difference between people who change and people who stay stuck is not perfection. It is recovery speed. You have a choice. Spiral or restart. That's the key. Most people don't fall off because of one mistake. They fall off because of what happens after the mistake. One skipped workout becomes a lost week. One bad meal becomes a ruined day. One missed session becomes abandonment. That is the cascade. Cascades destroy momentum. The 1-minute restart stops the cascade. Say it out loud. Restart now. The restart is a ritual, simple, repeatable, non-negotiable. It does not care how you feel. It does not require motivation. It requires 1 minute. 1 minute starts a movement. The ritual has 3 steps, always the same. Breathe, reclaim, act. Step 1, breathe. When you fail, the nervous system spikes. Shame, frustration, anger. The brain wants escape or justification. You interrupt that loop with breath. 1 slow inhale through the nose, 1 slow exhale through the mouth. Do it 3 times. That's it. 30 seconds. No analysis, no self-talk. Breathing signals safety. Safety quiets panic. Panic ruins recovery. That's the key. Step 2, reclaim. Say this sentence silently or out loud. I restart now. Not tomorrow, not later, now. This is not affirmation. This is a command. It closes the mental file. It prevents negotiation. You don't need their permission to restart your own day. Say it again. Restart now. Step 3, act for 1 minute. 1 minute only, that's the rule. Open the document, write 1 sentence, put on shoes, step outside, do 1 push-up, read 1 paragraph, clear 1 item. No more than 1 minute. You stop when the minute ends, even if you want to continue. Why? Because the goal is restart, not completion. 1 minute starts a movement. This works because it lowers activation energy to 0. The brain resists starting, not doing. Once started, momentum often carries you forward. But even if it doesn't, the restart still counts. That's discipline. Look at a writer stuck for hours. They feel blocked, overwhelmed, ashamed. They stare at the screen. Nothing happens. The 1 minute restart changes the equation. Write 1 sentence, any sentence, bad sentence, wrong sentence, doesn't matter. That single action breaks paralysis. Often 1 sentence becomes a paragraph. Sometimes it doesn't. Both outcomes are wins. Why? Because the identity was honored. You did what you said you would do. You restarted. Small restarts prevent long cascades of failure. Repeat it. Small restarts prevent long cascades of failure. Here's the trap you must avoid. Do not wait until you feel ready to restart. Readiness comes after action, not before. Waiting is just delay wearing a nicer outfit. You have a choice. Restart now. This rule applies everywhere. Missed a workout? 1 minute of movement. Ate poorly? 1 minute of clean action. Lost focus? 1 minute of deep work. Reacted emotionally? 1 minute of silence. The content of the minute does not matter as much as the act of restarting.
That's the key. Let's talk about guilt. Guilt is wasted energy. It feels productive. It isn't. Guilt keeps you looking backward. Restart looks forward. When guilt shows up, treat it as a cue, not a punishment. Cue equals restart. Say it again, restart now. Here's why this works long term. Every restart trains a new reflex. Instead of collapsing after failure, you move. Over time, the collapse window shrinks. Minutes instead of hours, hours instead of days, days instead of weeks. This is how disciplined people look consistent. They're not perfect, they're fast. Speed of recovery beats intensity of effort. 1 minute starts a movement. Now let's make this operational. For the next 7 days, you will practice the 1-minute restart whenever you notice you are off track. No limits, no quotas. Every slip triggers the ritual. You will also log it. Write down time of restart, what you did for 1 minute. That's it. Do not judge the content, only track compliance. You are building trust with yourself. Trust grows when promises are kept, even small ones, especially small ones. Here's a real-world example. A manager loses their temper in a meeting. Old pattern, stew all day, justify, avoid. New pattern, 1-minute restart. They breathe, they say, restart now, they write one calm follow-up message. The day recovers, reputation recovers, identity strengthens. Another example, a student misses a morning study session. Old pattern, give up, scroll. New pattern, 1-minute restart. They open the book for 1 minute at lunch. Momentum returns. The day is saved. Notice something important. The restart does not erase the mistake. It neutralizes the damage. That is power. You don't need their permission to forgive yourself quickly. Forgiveness is a tool, not a moral act. Restart now. Now, the warning. Do not expand the restart into a long session on bad days. That trains avoidance. Keep it small. Keep it clean. 1 minute, no more. If you continue, that's a bonus. If you stop, that's discipline. This is how you stay consistent over months, not days. You automated systems, you trained resistance, you raised the cost of failure. Now you have mastered recovery. You are no longer fragile. You bend, you return. But discipline is not just about action. It is also about what you refuse to negotiate. Next, we remove debate entirely. You learned how to restart. Now it's time to replace goals with rules.
Chapter 7. Non-negotiables over goals. Goals are cheap. Rules are expensive. Goals sound good. They inspire. They motivate. They also disappear the moment things get uncomfortable. Rules do not disappear. Rules stand there, silent, firm, unmoved. You have a choice: chase goals or live by rules. That's the key. Most people build their lives around wishes. I want to work out more. I want to focus better. I want to be consistent. Wants require emotion. Emotion fades. Discipline does not negotiate with emotion. Rules eliminate debate. Say it out loud. Rules over wishes. Rules over wishes. This is not anti-goal. This is pro-execution. Goals point at a destination. Rules determine how you live today. And today is the only place behavior happens. Rules create the life. Goals chase it. Look at top performers. Not what they say, what they enforce. No sugar on weekdays. No meetings before deep work. No phone at breakfast. No overtime on Sundays. These are not preferences. These are laws. Because when something is a law, the brain stops asking questions. That's the key. A rule is a closed loop. It does not care how you feel. It does not require motivation. It requires obedience. You don't need their permission to govern your own life. Here is where people resist. They say rules feel rigid. That's fear talking. Rigid is better than chaotic. Rigid systems create freedom everywhere else. When rules are clear, energy is released. Think about traffic lights. They are rigid. They also prevent crashes. Rules reduce cognitive load. That's why they work. Now let's be precise. A non-negotiable rule has 3 properties: clear, binary, and defended. Clear means no ambiguity. Exercise regularly is not a rule. Train Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 7 a.m. is. Binary means yes or no. No partial credit. You did it or you didn't. Defended means enforced without exception. Exceptions train failure. That's the key. Now compare that to goals. Goals are open-ended. They invite delay. I'll start tomorrow. Rules shut the door. This is what happens. Rules create identity. When you follow a rule repeatedly, you don't just do the behavior. You become the kind of person who does the behavior. That identity is durable. Let's make this practical. You will replace some goals with rules. Not all. Some goals are fine. But the foundation must be rules. Start with 3. No more. Why 3? Because 3 is plenty. Pick 3 areas where inconsistency hurts you most. Common areas: focus, health, energy, boundaries, work output, recovery. Choose 1 rule per area. Examples: focus, no phone before 9 a.m. Email only twice per day. Health, 3 workouts per week. No sugar Monday to Friday. Energy, lights out by 11 p.m. No caffeine after 2 p.m. Boundaries, no work messages after 7 p.m. No overtime on Sundays. Notice the language: clear, binary, defended. Rules over wishes. Now write them down, physically, not digitally. Writing signals commitment. Write 3 rules. Then sign the page. Signing matters. It marks authority. You are not suggesting, you are declaring. You don't need their permission to live by your own laws. Now here is the daily practice. For 7 days, read your rules every morning, out loud if possible. This primes the brain. It reminds the nervous system what matters. Then, during the day, when a moment tests the rule, do not argue, act. If the rule is no phone at breakfast and the urge hits, the decision is already made. There is nothing to debate. That's the power. Structure wins. Motivation disappears. Here's a real-world example. An executive struggles with burnout. They set 1 rule: no meetings before 10 a.m. Deep work every morning, no exceptions. Output improves. Stress drops. Evenings free up. Life changes, not because of a goal, because of a rule. Another example. A creative wants to be consistent. They set 1 rule: publish every Thursday at noon, no matter what. Some weeks are messy, some are brilliant. All are published. The audience grows. Identity solidifies. Rules create the life. Goals chase it. Now the warning: do not create too many rules. That becomes noise. Too many rules dilute authority. 3 is enough to start. Also, do not create rules you secretly plan to break. That erodes trust. If a rule is too hard, shrink it, simplify it, defend it. Rules must be survivable on bad days. Repeat it. Rules over wishes. Let's talk about self-trust. Every time you follow a rule, trust increases. Every time you break a rule, trust erodes. Discipline is the accumulation of trust with yourself. This is why rules matter more than outcomes. You can miss a goal and still respect yourself. You break your own rule and something cracks. Protect your rules. You don't need their permission to live by your own laws. Now commit. Tonight, write 3 non-negotiables. Sign them. Place them somewhere visible. Read them every morning for 7 days. Log compliance.
Yes or no, no excuses. Do it daily, do it again. You have now removed debate from your life. You automated systems, you trained resistance, you priced temptation, you mastered recovery, you enforced rules. Discipline is no longer a mood, it is a structure. But discipline also requires reinforcement. The brain needs feedback. Next, we redirect reward away from outcomes and onto action itself. You built rules, now let's make them addictive.
Chapter 8. Reward the process, not the outcome. Your brain is impatient. It wants results now. Wins, applause, proof. That impatience destroys consistency. You have a choice: chase outcomes and quit early, or reward the process and stay in the game. That's the key. Most people wire their motivation backward. They say, "I'll feel good when I win." But habits don't work that way. Habits require immediate feedback. The brain needs a signal that says, "This action was worth repeating." Outcomes are delayed. Process is immediate. Reward the doing. Say it again. Reward the doing. If you only reward outcomes, you will quit before outcomes arrive. That's why people start strong and disappear. They starve the habit while waiting for results. It's not about talent. It's not about ambition. It's about feedback loops. Brains repeat what feels good. Brains abandon what feels empty. So you must make the process feel rewarding. That's the key. Look at musicians. The good ones don't wait for concerts to feel successful. They track practice hours, repetitions, scales played, sessions completed. The reward is consistency itself. Praise the process, ignore the scoreboard. Performance comes later, consistency comes first. This is why athletes track reps, not trophies. Writers track words, not book deals. Builders track bricks laid, not skylines. You don't rise to outcomes, you fall to systems. Reward the system. Now, let's be clear. This is not about fake positivity. This is not about lying to yourself. This is about reinforcing behavior that matters before the world rewards it. You don't need their permission to celebrate effort. Here's the mistake most people make. They say 15 minutes doesn't count. They say that wasn't good enough. They say I'll celebrate when it's finished. That thinking kills momentum. 15 minutes counts. One page counts. One workout counts. One session counts. Reward the doing. Here is how you build a process reward system. Simple, small, immediate. When the action happens, the reward happens. Not later, not someday, immediately. Examples of process rewards: a physical checkmark on a visible tracker, a short voice note saying done, a 5-minute guilt-free break, a song you only play after the task, a small ritual you enjoy. The reward must be tied to the action, not the result. Finished 15 minutes of focused work? Reward. Completed the workout even poorly? Reward. Sat down when resistance hit? Reward. Praise the process, ignore the scoreboard. This rewires the brain. The brain stops asking, was it worth it? It already knows the answer. That's the key. Now, let's address a common fear. People worry that rewarding effort will make them lazy, that they'll stop pushing for excellence. That is false. Excellence emerges from repetition. Repetition is fueled by reward. Without reward, repetition dies. You don't lower standards, you increase consistency. It's not about lowering the bar, it's about touching the bar every day. You have a choice. Let's make this practical. Pick one habit you are building right now: work, fitness, study, writing, recovery. Define the smallest repeatable action that counts as done. Examples: 15 minutes of deep work, 10 minutes of reading, 1 page written, 1 workout session, 1 recovery ritual. Now define the reward. The reward must be immediate, small, enjoyable, sustainable. Not a binge, not a cheat day, not something that creates guilt. Examples: a check mark on a wall calendar,
a 5-minute walk outside, a favorite song, a short message to yourself, a cup of good coffee. Now, here is the rule. No action, no reward. Action done, reward immediately. Binary, clean. This trains integrity. The brain learns that rewards are earned through action, not intention. Reward the doing. Here's a real-world example. A student struggles to study consistently. They set a rule. After 20 minutes of focused study, they get 5 minutes of guilt-free break. No phone during study, phone allowed during break. Study sessions multiply, focus improves, grades follow. Not because they loved studying, because the brain learned to associate study with relief and reward. Another example. A professional wants to work out but hates the gym. They choose a rule. After every workout, they sit in the sauna for 5 minutes. The sauna becomes the reward. Suddenly, workouts happen. Consistency beats enthusiasm. Praise the process, ignore the scoreboard. Now, the deeper layer. Process rewards also protect identity. When you reward effort, you become someone who values discipline over drama. You stop needing external validation. You stop checking for likes, praise, or permission. You don't need their permission to celebrate showing up. Say it again. You don't need their permission. Let's talk about tracking. Tracking is a reward in itself, a visible streak, a filled calendar, a growing list. Tracking turns invisible effort into visible proof. But be careful. Track actions, not outcomes. Track sessions completed, minutes focused, days honored. Do not track mood, motivation, results. Results lag, actions don't. That's the key. Now the warning. Do not turn rewards into bribes. Bribes create dependence. Rewards reinforce identity. A bribe says, I'll only do this if I get something back. A reward says, I am the kind of person who follows through. Language matters. When you reward yourself, say internally, this is what follow-through feels like. Identity locks in behavior. Repeat it. Reward the doing. For the next 7 days, run this experiment. Choose one habit. Define the smallest, done. Attach one immediate reward. Track it daily. No changes, no additions, just consistency. At the end of 7 days, review. Did it feel easier to start? Did resistance drop? Did identity strengthen? That is the system working. You automated your life. You trained resistance. You priced temptation. You mastered recovery. You enforced rules. Now you've aligned reward with action. Discipline is no longer punishment. It is reinforced behavior. But there is one more factor you must protect. Energy. Without energy, discipline collapses. Without energy, rules break. Without energy, systems fail. Next, you'll learn how to guard your energy like cash. You've learned how to act. Now you'll learn how to protect the fuel that makes action possible.
Chapter 9. Guard your energy like cash. Willpower is not infinite. That's a lie you were taught by hustle culture. Willpower is energy, and energy is a resource. You don't spend money blindly, at least not if you want to stay wealthy. So why do you spend energy like it's unlimited? That's the problem. That's the leak. That's the key. You wake up tired. You scroll immediately. You say yes to everything. You eat whatever's convenient. You stay up late unwinding. Then you wonder why discipline feels impossible. It's not about motivation. It's not about talent. It's not about discipline. It's about energy management. You have a choice. You can protect energy first and spend it intentionally, or you can leak it all day and beg for willpower at night. And begging never works. Energy is the true currency of your life. Time only matters if you have the energy to use it. Focus only matters if you're not depleted. Discipline only shows up when energy is available. That's the reality. Most people try to be disciplined after they've already burned themselves out. That's backwards.
That's like trying to save money after maxing out your credit card. Protect first, spend later. Repeat that. Protect first, spend later. Sleep is not optional. It is an investment account. Every hour you steal from sleep is interest you'll pay tomorrow in poor decisions, weak focus, and emotional reactivity. You don't become lazy when you're tired, you become impulsive, and that's dangerous. A tired brain doesn't choose well. It chooses comfort, it chooses shortcuts, it chooses excuses. You have a choice. Go to bed like your future depends on it, because it does. Nutrition is not about aesthetics, it's about stability. Blood sugar crashes create discipline crashes. Inconsistent meals create inconsistent behavior. Chaos in the body creates chaos in the mind. You don't need a perfect diet, you need a predictable one. Standardize your meals. Eat similar foods at similar times. Remove decision fatigue. That's the key. You're not weak, you're overloaded with unnecessary decisions. Every decision costs energy. Every debate drains power. Simplify the inputs, stabilize the system. Now let's talk about the most important energy asset you have, the first hour of the day. The morning decides the week decides the month decides the year. You don't find energy later in the day, you allocate it early or you lose it entirely. High performers understand this. Executives, athletes, creators. They guard the morning like cash in a vault. No meetings before 11 a.m., no reactive work, no chaos. Why? Because deep work requires fresh energy, and fresh energy only exists early. Once you give it away, it's gone. You have a choice. You can donate your best energy to other people's priorities, or you can invest it in your own progress. You don't need their permission. Guard the morning, guard the week. Repeat it. Guard the morning, guard the week. This is not about working more, it's about working when it matters. Hustle culture glorifies exhaustion, but exhaustion kills consistency. Energy allocation beats effort every time. One focused hour with full energy beats 5 scattered hours while depleted. That's the key. Now let's get practical. You need an energy budget. Just like money, energy needs limits, rules, and intention. Start with deep work. Schedule it early, before emails, before messages, before the world gets a vote. This is non-negotiable. Then standardize your meals. Same breakfast, similar lunch, simple dinner. Less thinking, more consistency. Then shut down screens 1 hour before bed. Not most nights, not when possible, every night. Screens steal sleep. Sleep steals discipline. And discipline is the life you say you want. You have a choice. Protect the energy or keep wondering why you can't follow through. Notice this pattern. Every chapter comes back to the same truth. It's not about intensity, it's about systems. You don't rise to the level of your ambition, you fall to the level of your energy management. That's uncomfortable to hear, but it's liberating to understand, because energy is controllable. You can choose when to sleep, you can choose what to eat, you can choose how mornings are spent. You are not powerless here, you've just been careless. Careless with sleep, careless with mornings, careless with attention, and carelessness is expensive. Every drained day compounds. Every protected day builds momentum. Small decisions, big consequences. Do this for 7 days. Guard your mornings, standardize your meals, shut down screens early. Do it daily. Do it again. Not forever, just long enough to feel the difference. Because once you feel what protected energy does, you won't want to go back. Clarity increases, resistance drops, discipline feels lighter. Not because life got easier, but because you stopped sabotaging your fuel source. That's the shift. You don't need more motivation, you need fewer leaks, and now you know where they are. You've learned to guard your time, You've learned to guard your habits. Now you've learned to guard your energy. But there's one layer deeper than behavior, systems, and routines. Because even with energy, people still quit. Even with structure, people still sabotage. Why? Because behavior eventually collapses without identity. You've protected the fuel. Now it's time to lock in the driver. You guarded your energy. Now let's talk about who you believe you are.
Chapter 10. The 7-week microcycle. Make it stick. This is where everything locks in. Up to now, you've learned how discipline actually works. You learned to simplify decisions. You learned to automate. You learned to resist. You learned to restart. You learned to protect energy. But knowledge is not the finish line. Execution is. And execution fails when people try to change everything at once. That's the trap. That's where motivation dies. You don't need a life overhaul. You need a system that turns repetition into identity. That's the key. Discipline is not built in days. It's built in cycles. Small, controlled, repeatable cycles. This is the 7-week microcycle. And if you follow it exactly, discipline stops being something you try to do and becomes something you are. Repeat this. Practice makes identity. Most people set goals that are too big and timelines that are too short. They burn out, they quit, they call themselves inconsistent. But inconsistency isn't a character flaw, it's a strategy problem. You have a choice. You can keep demanding instant transformation, or you can run a system that compounds quietly. The 7-week microcycle works because it respects how the brain changes. 1 rule, 1 week. That's it. Not 5 habits, not a new personality. 1 rule. Week 1. 1 rule enforced daily. No debate, no negotiation. That's the key. Rules eliminate decision fatigue. Rules eliminate excuses. Rules eliminate identity confusion. You are not trying the rule. You are practicing it. Repeat that. You are practicing it. At the end of the week, the rule doesn't disappear. It stays. Week 2, add 1 more rule. Now you have 2. Week 3, add another. Now you have 3. By week 7, you are not overwhelmed. You are conditioned, because each rule had time to settle before the next arrived. That's how habits become automatic. That's how discipline becomes identity. Look at real-world performers. A sales rep doesn't master closing by learning every script in 1 day. They practice 1 phrase all week. They repeat it until it becomes reflex. Then they stack. Negotiation tactic, follow-up timing, objection handling. Month by month, they don't try to sell better. They become better. Week 1, week 2, habit done. Repeat it. Week 1, week 2, habit done. This system removes pressure, and pressure is what breaks people. You don't need intensity, you need consistency. You don't need motivation, you need structure. You don't need confidence, you need proof. Proof comes from repetition. Now let's break the cycle down clearly. Week 1, choose 1 non-negotiable rule. Something small, something controllable. Examples: no phone for the first hour of the day. 3 deep breaths before reacting. 1 page written daily. Lights off by 11 p.m. 1 rule, track it daily. A check mark is enough. That's the key. Week 2, keep the first rule. Add a second. Nothing else changes. Week 3, stack another. By now, something shifts. You stop asking, "Can I do this?" and start saying, "This is what I do." That's identity forming. By week 7, you are no longer building habits. You are enforcing standards. Standards don't require motivation. They require respect. Respect for the system. Respect for yourself. You have a choice. You can keep restarting your life every Monday,
or you can run cycles that don't collapse under pressure. Now comes the multiplier. After the 7 weeks, you enter the 30-day stack. This is where rules move from fragile to permanent. For 30 days, you run all stacked rules together. No additions, no changes, just execution. This is where discipline solidifies. Why? Because repetition under boredom is what builds identity. Anyone can perform when it's exciting. Few people perform when it's dull. But dull repetition is where identity is forged. That's the key. You log daily. You review weekly. Not emotionally, objectively. What worked? What leaked? What gets adjusted next cycle? No shame, no drama, just data. Discipline is not emotional, it's mechanical, and mechanics can be refined. Most people quit because they expect discipline to feel heroic. It doesn't. It feels boring. It feels repetitive. It feels quiet. That's why it works. You don't need their permission. You don't need applause. You don't need to announce it. You need to execute the cycle, again and again. Do it daily. Do it again. And something dangerous happens. You stop identifying as someone who struggles with discipline. You stop telling stories about your inconsistency. You stop negotiating with comfort. You simply follow rules, and rules create outcomes whether you feel like it or not. That's the transformation. This entire audiobook has been about one thing: removing friction, removing debate, removing reliance on emotion. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself. It's about being clear. Clear rules, clear systems, clear cycles. The 7-week microcycle is how you make all of this stick. You don't need to change your life today. You need to start your first week. 1 rule, 1 week. That's it. And if you fail a day, you already know the answer. Restart now. Because discipline is not proven by perfection. It's proven by return speed. This is the final truth. You don't become disciplined by wanting it. You become disciplined by practicing it long enough that it feels normal. Practice makes identity. Repeat it. Practice makes identity. You now have the system. You now have the rules. You now have the cycles. What happens next is not theory. It's a choice. You can close this audiobook and do nothing, or you can pick 1 rule and begin. No noise, no announcement, no delay, just action. This is not the end. This is the handoff. Discipline is no longer something you listen to. It's something you live. Do it daily, do it again, and let the results speak for you. Every rule in this book is a small lever. Use them. Shrink choices, stack tiny wins, schedule your impulses, protect energy, declare non-negotiables, and cheat-proof your day, and practice the 1-minute restart. Do the micro rules until they are automatic. Practice them when tired, practice them when busy, practice them when tempted. The path to iron self-control is not grand gestures, it's relentless repetition. Start today. Pick 1 rule, apply it for 7 days, measure the result, and repeat. Fail fast, learn faster, keep the leash on your impulses. The truth: willpower is manufactured, not granted. Build it now. Prove it to yourself. If discipline matters, act. Take the challenge. 1 rule, 7 days. Comment below your rule, like the video, and subscribe to MindShift Audiobooks for the next level. Turn this audio into action. Write the rule, set an alarm, tell 1 person, and check back after 7 days. Now.